Okay, here we've got the Rebel Commando, 3 vintage figures. There's slight variations, mainly in the face, whether it's painted or moulded in pink flesh. So this one here is the first one I bought back when I was a kid, and oh no, this was the second one I bought. This one's made in China. And even when I was a kid, I noticed that the figures are different. I must have liked it quite a lot because I bought 2 of them, this one and that one. As you can see, this one's got an unpainted face and comes with that sort of backpack, made in China. This one here is made in Hong Kong. It's got a painted face and similar backpack. There's slight variations. If you go on some of the websites, and you can find out the variations between these figures. Got the 2 Rebel Commandos I had when I was a kid. I've got both their rifles as well. The rifle was really good. It was really well moulded. And then here's the new one I got, which is similar to the Hong Kong one, but this one has no country of origin. So it could have been made anywhere, Mexico or something like that. It's U-85. And you can see the rifle there. So you can pick up the writing. 1983 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure. No country of origin, Rebel Commando U-85. That means it's been ripped from a card back. U stands for uncirculated. Okay, so there's 3 Rebel Commandos, 2 from my childhood, and the new loose one I got, graded one. And here's one I showed earlier, which is the General Mundane U-85 with the green hair, made in Taiwan variant. And here's the one I had when I was a kid. This one's got grey hair. And made in Hong Kong, I guess. Yep, made in Hong Kong. And put them next to each other. See the differences. There's the grey hair, there's the green hair. You can just make out the colour difference. Let's hold it up. Yeah, just make out the difference. Okay, so there's your Mundanes, and there's your Rebel Commandos. Okay, cheers. AFA have deemed it the YPS Snowtrooper because of the sculpt of the body. It's kind of more, looks like it's cut out of a harder plastic than the earlier versions of the Snowtrooper, and if you notice, the legs are quite wide apart, and the actual cape is slightly different. It has, instead of slits where it attaches to the hooks on the side of his body, it has round holes. The YPS Snowtrooper is famous because that's a German comic that gave away a Snowtrooper with a sort of action force or machine gun. And that's known as the YPS Snowtrooper. It was a tri-logo Snowtrooper just like this one, with the Action Force gun or the regular rifle there. And that figure is really hard to come by, and is one of the sort of collecting holy grails of vintage Star Wars, the YPS Snowtrooper. And it actually says on the AFA label there, it says 1983 Palitoy Star Wars Tri-Logo Hoth Snowtrooper YPS. So this is the YPS body. This is a YPS Snowtrooper Tri-Logo body. The Han Solo with the small head. You can see the small head there. And there's the name tag. This is on a 12-back card, Kenner US. And next to it is a Luke Skywalker on an Empire Strikes Back 41 back with brown hair. So you've got two figure variations here. You've got the Luke Skywalker with the rarer brown hair. You can see how brown that hair is. And then you've got the Han Solo with the small head. So, and then you've got, this is a US card here, and then the Luke is a Canadian card. So it's got the two languages at the top there. It's got English and then French. Then it's got the Empire Strikes Back logo. Okay, here you've got some really rare Star Wars figures. Well, they're not that rare, they're just greatly collected. You've got a couple of blue Snaggletooths, Yak Face Loose, and Luke Telescoping Saber. Okay, so I've shown the Luke Telescoping Saber before. He's AFA 75. He's pretty desirable figure. Yak Face I got years ago, around 93. And that blue snag, which is loose in the middle, I got him around maybe 6-7 years ago. And then this blue one that's graded, I got him, this one here, I got him more recently. Okay, just Google Lily Ledy Darth Vader and this will tell you how to recognize the Darth Vader figure, the Mexican version from the more common Hong Kong version. So with this version, you've got, if you notice the stomach panel there, the chest panel, the paint works a lot less than on the regular version. The buttons are slightly smaller, so that's one way of telling that's a Mexican Ledy figure. The other thing is the helmet. In side profile it's more pronounced, and that's another way of recognizing the Mexican Darth Vader. And the final way of telling is if you look at the lightsaber, it's really thick and bright. So the Mexican Lily Ledy figures have a thick blade. So those are the three things you've got to look for. You've got to look for the chest plate, the sculpt on the head, the actual mask, the lower part of the jaw almost sticks out, it's more pronounced, and the thickness of the lightsaber. And then of course the manufacturing on the leg, that's another giveaway. So if you just go on Google and just say Ledy Darth Vader Attack Commander on a vintage Return of the Jedi 65 back D card, graded AFA 85 card, gets a T-Bubble 85, figure 85, and it's a variant figure, it's a pale face figure. So this figure could most likely have been made in Spain. As you can see, it's got a really pale face. If you compare it to the more regular figure here, it's just got a more pinkish face. Also, this figure looks a bit slightly larger and it's got a wider stance than this figure. Also the grey, there's slight variations in the grey as well. So this could be made in Spain, this figure. So it states that it's made in Hong Kong. So it could this is just the pale face variant. And you know, I did a lot of research before. I spent ages agonizing whether I was going to get this one. As you can see, it says pale face.